What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be discussing Powerlifters aura. Who's gaining aura, who's losing aura, who's in aura debt, and who has insane aura. Okay, first, we're going to start off with SSJ Bob, with Bob Matthews, okay? We're coming in hot. I'm going to put Bob at losing aura. Now, you might be saying, dude, Bob is, he's this elusive figure. He like leaves for the sport and nobody knows why, and he's so strong. Those are all true, right? I would agree. 2023, 2024, even the start of 2025, don't get clapped by a 105. Him beating the 120s, weighing in at 105.1 kilos. That was insane, right? His battle with Ashton in 2023, literally legendary. Fuck. Now, though, he's taken his hiatus for about 8 months, and it kind of looks like he's ducking Rondell Hunt. Now, he's literally said, I'm not ducking Rondell Hunt, okay? But actions do speak louder than words. Rondell was at U.S. Nats. Bob is in the United States. He could have done Nats. He chose not to. He says, well, we assume the reason he didn't was because he's still trying to gain weight to get to his peak strength. But in one of his recent videos, he says he's still out 108 kilos. So I'm assuming he's not going to compete for a good while longer, probably 2026 Nats. Okay, there's that. And then there's the SBD sponsorship. Now, Bob had gone on record and said the reason he didn't do SBD Sheffield was because of the ethics of SBD and how they treated the athletes not sponsored by them at Sheffield. So he said they didn't cater to him at all and blah, 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 which are actually valid reasons, right? To not go under SBD, to not represent their event. But now, in his most recent videos and his comeback, you can see him repping SBD in literally every single clip he's in. I'm not knocking the dude for getting SBD sponsorship because that's huge. It'll probably pay for a lot more things than the other companies he was a part of. But I am saying, going back on his word about how he was a part of not a part of SBD, I will say he's kind of losing aura for that. Okay, I might get some hate for that. But I think that's true. Now, next, we have our first insane aura. We have Joe Borenstein, okay? Now, contrary to popular belief, I actually don't think he's gained an insane amount of aura for winning worlds just because it wasn't that 900, it was 890, and it kind of proved to everybody that worlds is just a different animal, that you're never going to be at your peak strength at worlds, which he says is from a sickness, which makes sense. He says it wasn't from the travel, which I actually believe because he was there for literally like 10 days, which no matter how much you're traveling, going from America to Germany, 10 days is plenty of time to get used to it. Now, I do think his aura peaked at the 900, the first time he hit 900 on Instagram. Now that is crazy, but Joe Borenstein was gaining steam. I think he hit like 885 in the gym like a few months prior, and everybody was kind of like, oh my gosh, he just won rally. He's totaled 885. He's going to go crazy at nationals, but nobody thought that an 83 that was just a 74 was going to break 900. Gavin Aiden had literally broken 900 like a few months prior, last August at NAPF 2024. So having Joe do it and the whole Instagram post with the anime music, like, bro, it was literally peak. You cannot tell me this dude does not have insane aura, okay? The way he lifts, the sellies, everything about him is just holy aura. He's so good. He's dialed in. And yeah, he's got to go on insane aura. All right. Next, we got Jonathan Garcia. Where are we going to put Jonathan Garcia? Now, I think he was at maintaining aura, even though he lost Nats. I think if he just lost Nats, it was kind of quiet about everything or didn't say anything, I think he'd be at maintaining aura. I'm going to put him at losing aura just because he did seem kind of salty about Shell cutting down to 66, which I would be too, to be honest. He was kind of voicing that frustration I don't remember exactly what he said because it was actually a while ago, a few months ago, when he was kind of talking some shit on Instagram. In one of like the comment section on Shell's post, or I think he replied to somebody's comment on his post about Shell, and he was like, yeah, well, I don't duck competition to go down a weight class to be like stronger with dots or whatever. Right? I think that was just kind of like salty. Him actually losing, because everyone thought he was the like major favorite. Like nobody thought that the other guy was going to win Nats, and he comes in after being super salty and actually loses nationals, which, like I said, nobody thought was going to do. So he's kind of losing aura, and he was going to do World Games and he pulled out. So I don't know when we're going to see him next. I'm assuming, just like Bob, it's going to be 2026 nationals. But yeah, as of right now, he's losing aura. Even if he wins Nats in 2026, I don't think he'll be at gaining aura. I think he'll just go to maintaining the aura he's in, because he's currently losing aura right now. All right. Right now, next up, we have Taylor Atwood, okay? Now, Taylor Atwood just competed at NAPF 2025 and came just short of breaking the world record. Now, I don't think Taylor is losing aura. The reason why I don't think Taylor is losing aura is because he has achieved peak Unk status, okay? Nothing he does will take away from what he's done in the sport, okay? You will always tune in to a Taylor Atwood meet. Whether it's a hate watch or you're rooting for the dude to win, you're gonna tune in because he's that big of a figure in the sport. He has an insane amount. He had literally the most aura you could possibly have in the sport when he was in his prime. Many consider him the GOAT of powerlift, or the GOAT of tested powerlifting. I would call him the GOAT of powerlifting in general. But yeah, he's Unk status. He cemented his legacy. Even if he loses Nats 5 times in a row and he's still trying to win in like 2032, and he's totaling like 750 at like 90. His legacy, you can't take away anything from his legacy. So we have Taylor at maintaining aura. Now we have somebody that also just competed at NAPF. We have Russell Orkey. Russ is 100% gaining aura. Now, I wouldn't put him at insane aura just because he did not hit 10 times body weight at 93. Now, if he won, or not won because he would have totaled like 850 and won NAPF. But if he broke the world record, which he did, right? But also totaled like 10 times body weight and proved all the Instagram comments right that he was going to total like 930, 940, 950, that'd be insane aura. If he surpassed expectations at NAPF, that'd be insane aura. He hit 918, broke the world record, which is literally insane, right? Considering that he lost worlds in 2024, I would say Russ in 2024 had insane aura debt until Sheffield, right? At Sheffield, he went from losing aura to gaining aura, right? He was at like the bottom of gaining aura. But now he's kind of inching towards insane aura. If Russ goes to Sheffield, which I'm almost 100% sure that he will, and he wins Sheffield, or he puts up like a 950 total, which I think he could because he was low on body weight at NAPF. The travel thing messed him up. He freaking went to Guyana, okay? The kid went to Guyana. If he totals like 950 at NAPF, or sorry, if he totals 950 at Sheffield, and then like beats all the other 93s, because the 93s also have the ability to total like 940, 950, I think. If he can beat all the 93s, win Sheffield, I think he could have the most aura in the sport right now. Russ has the highest potential for most aura just because of how much of a character he is. I mean, if you look at this dude's Instagram, you know what I'm talking about, okay? You know what I'm talking about. My beautiful black queen of powerlifting, okay? Now, we're going to get on to his other 93 companions. We got Gustav, okay? We got Gustav. Now, I don't think Gustav will ever have insane aura. I think he has one of the lowest ceilings for aura in the sport. Now, I feel bad, okay? Because on one hand, you could say, oh, he's like this stoic Eastern guy, right? I don't even know if he's Eastern. He's a stoic European dude that doesn't care. And he says, we'll be waiting for us when he comes to the 93s. But this guy is just so boring. Okay, I'm sorry. This guy, dude, I can't even put him at maintaining aura. Gustav, if he's not winning Sheffield, right, or winning Worlds, even when he's winning Worlds, he's losing aura, bro. I don't know what it is about him. I feel bad, okay? Obviously, this is nothing against him personally, right? He's just so boring. Like, just the way he lifts, the style of lifting, the sellies. I just can't get behind it, okay? He's so much stronger than me, guys. Like, you don't understand. He's so much stronger than me, but I just cannot put him at anything under maintaining or anything over maintaining aura, okay? I gotta put him at losing aura. The squat should have counted at Worlds. If y'all didn't see his third squat, he got red lighted on like 3 different things. I think it should have counted. And even if he won Worlds, I would literally just put him at maintaining aura because he can't have like a high aura. He just doesn't have the ceiling for it. So I'm sorry, Gustav's got to be losing aura right now. Somebody that is gaining aura though is Austin Perkins. Austin Perkins is gaining aura. Now hear me out. I think Austin Perkins is gaining aura because of his 6 times a week SBD. Now this might sound crazy, but if you're on powerlifting Instagram, you would know that Joe Game Day revealing that Austin Perkins does 6 times a week SBD made everybody go crazy, okay? Gustav does it. This is the thing. It's like Gustav also does like 6 times a week SBD. I'm pretty sure, but nobody cares. Okay, like this is how Gustav doesn't have a higher ceiling than Perk. Okay, Perk also won IPF Worlds by a landslide off of 5 attempts. That is aura. That's insane. Nobody else could do that, right? Now he doesn't have insane aura. And I think that stems from the fact that everybody thought that he was going to like win Sheffield or place top 3 in Sheffield and total something. Like he still hasn't beaten the total that he totaled at USAPL 2023. Back in USAPL 2023, I would say he has insane aura, right? We would probably like flip-flop these guys, okay? But right now, I would say Perk is gaining aura. If he wins Sheffield, if anybody in here other than Gustav wins Sheffield, they would have insane aura, okay? But yeah, okay. Perk gaining aura. Somebody right now that's maintaining aura is Shell. And I think that is due to the fact that he's moving back up to the 74s. We don't know how good he's going to do. He's obviously not going to beat Perk. So yeah, we got Gustav. Nothing really much to say about him. He's a GOAT, okay? He's kind of got that Taylor where like he could literally get second place to Perk every single time at Worlds or whatever. He just cemented his legacy as one of the best unks in the game. Literally one of the GOATs. He's beaten Taylor, beaten Perk. He's beaten the best of the best. So yeah, maintaining aura, 100% unk status. Okay. The next person with insane aura, Agata Shitko. Again, there's nothing really a lot to say about Agata. She's the most dominant women's powerlifter, tested, untested of all time. She's destroying everybody in every single weight class. I don't watch a lot of women's powerlifting, I'm going to be honest, but I do know that Agata is literally the GOAT of the sport, and she's like 23 or whatever. So Agata is an insane aura. She's stronger than a lot of like really high level male lifters, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, Agata, insane aura. Jesus, I'm sorry, bro. You're losing aura, bro. You're losing aura. You need to have a good performance. Now, I'm not saying you need to recreate Sheffield 2023, but I am saying you've got to get a third squat, you've got to get a third deadlift, and you've got to get a 600 bench in a competition, man. I don't even think he's invited to Sheffield 2026, which is insane. I think, honestly, he should just be grandfathered in because he is what made the event so huge. If Jesus didn't do what he did at 2023 Sheffield, I don't even know if like a third of powerlifters would even be in the sport right now. Jesus is a staple. A part of me wants to put him in maintaining aura, but he's had like so many bad or like subpar and on his standards. I mean, he's still like the strongest human alive and nobody can take that away from him. But I'm going to be honest, he's losing a little bit of aura. Another person that's losing aura is Brandon Petrie. Now, Brandon Petrie is the sexiest powerlifter alive, okay? Nobody can take that away from him, okay? Jesus might be the strongest, but Petrie is the most light-skinned, sexiest powerlifter alive, okay? I think he's losing aura strictly because on his third deadlift at Nationals, he lost grip, and instead of acknowledging the crowd, he just like looked back at Marcellus and was like, "Bruh, my grip slipped." And I know he was pissed about that, right? But just the way he did it, I don't know, man. He's just kind of losing aura from that, dude. I don't know why, okay? He's so strong, okay? He's so strong. And just because he's losing aura doesn't mean that he doesn't have an insane amount of aura to begin with. 2024 Nats, when he said, "I would have rather died than failed to squat," he was at peak aura, bro. I'm not gonna lie. He was gaining an insane amount of aura, okay? He just needs one more good competition, and he's gaining aura. He might even be at insane aura because he's just so sexy and strong. All right. Now, the next lifter we're gonna talk about, Jonathan Keiko, okay? I think Keiko is maintaining aura. I think these three are the three you can look at and be like, dude, no matter what happens, they will always be like just certified legends in the sport. Just like Jesus' performance in 2023 Nats or 2023 Sheffield, pardon. Jonathan Keiko's stare after Gavin Aiden's deadlift that got literally like 1 billion views on TikTok and Instagram can never be taken away. He had a bad performance at Worlds. I think it was just because of the quick turnaround. I really don't like that in the sport. It's going to happen as powerlifting gets more popular. The competitions will be more frequent as there will be more of them. So there will be less time in between. So you're going to have that happen. But honestly, I think Keiko's Nats performance was a y'all must have forgot performance. Because we had Petrie, who was just in Worlds. We have Gavin Aiden, who's always hype. We had a few other lifters. Literally, 93s were the most stacked class in powerlifting, let alone in the US. It's so competitive. So yeah, Unk status, certified GOAT, Keiko, one of the best 93s of all time. And yeah. So, as you can see, there's actually nobody in the Auradet. If you want to know who is the final lifter in the Aura tier list, and the lifter that's going into Auradet, it's gotta be Angelo Fortino, guys. Now, listen, okay? He's a nice guy, alright? But bro, nobody is going to forget when this happened to you, okay? And then on third deadlifts, before you were about to go out, you watched Joe Borenstein win SBD Rally. You went for the fist bump and got completely ignored, okay? Listen, bro, there is no coming back from that. Angelo, you need to bench 440 pounds at your next meet, okay? To go into maintaining aura. That's the only way to do it. That fist bump, nobody. Right? Hey, some people might have forgot. I didn't forget. You're an Auradet, bro. And yeah, man, that's it. That's the Aura tier list. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. And yeah, peace.